right, y'all, let me set the scene. You're new to church, looking for peace, trying to heal, and thinking, this is my safe place. But nope. Next thing you know, your name is hotter than the pastor's sermon and the tea is boiling. Today, we're talking about what to do when the church gossip is all about you. Because let me tell you, it's messy out here, and some of these folks need to remember the difference between a pulpit and a podium. One's for preaching, the other's for performances.
And don't forget, half the ones judging you are still healing from their own drama. But instead of dealing with it, they're turning your name into the church's hottest topic. Y'all, this letter we got, it's a whole saga. Stay tuned because we're about to help somebody today.
And hey, if you've been through something like this, hit us up. Our inbox is open for the tea and the truth. Let's get into it.
All right, y'all, let me read this letter. And listen, get comfortable because, this one is a whole mess. Dear Ty and Chanel, I joined my church 6 months ago, hoping for a fresh start. My life was a mess. I'd just gone through a messy divorce, lost my job, and was dealing with family members who turned their backs on me when I needed them most. I felt broken and thought church would be my safe haven, but instead, it feels like I walked straight into an episode of Real Housewives of the Sanctuary. At first, everything was fine. I kept to myself, sat in the back, and focused on the sermons. But then I noticed people whispering. One Sunday, I walked past a group of women, and I clearly heard, "She's just here to catch herself a new husband." Another time, I got up during service, and someone whispered loud enough for me to hear, "Watch where she's going, probably to find a deacon." The worst part? Last week I was scrolling through Facebook, and a church member posted, "Be careful who you let sit next to your husband at church. Some people didn't come here for Jesus." The comments underneath made it clear they were talking about me. Someone even tagged another woman and wrote, "Keep an eye on your pew partner. I feel humiliated every time I walk into that building. People don't even know me, but they've decided I'm the church Jezebel. I've tried ignoring it, but it's hard when every side eye and whisper feels like a dagger. I don't know what to do. Should I leave the church? Confront them? Or just stay quiet and pray? I'm at my breaking point. Please help. Sincerely, gossiped about and grieved."
Sis, let me just say this. These people are out here running a full-blown Gossip Girl church edition, and it's got to stop. But don't worry, we're about to help you shut this mess down. All right, let me break this down. Sis, you came to church for healing, but instead you found yourself in a spiritual war zone. And the first thing you need to know is this. Their gossip isn't about you, it's about them. Let's keep it real. First, they're insecure. People only gossip about what they find threatening. You're walking in, trying to rebuild your life, and it's shining a big old light on their own mess. Instead of clapping for your glow up, they'd rather dim your shine. That's not a reflection of you, it's their own insecurity. Second, the enemy loves a good distraction. And guess what? He'll use anybody, even Sister So-and-so in her wide-brimmed hat and matching shoes. Gossip is his tool to keep you from focusing on God. Don't let it work. Third, these people are projecting. They're so busy watching your life that they haven't dealt with their own skeletons. And let's be real, some of these folks are hiding whole cemeteries. But instead of going to God for healing, they're turning you into their scapegoat. So what do? Don't engage. Gossip thrives on attention. The less you react, the faster it dies. Keep showing up. The enemy wants you to leave the church, but don't give them that victory. Stay prayed up. Pray for protection over your peace and for God to handle them. Trust me, he's better at serving consequences than you are. And if you need to respond, keep it short and sweet. I'll pray for you. That's code for you're not worth the energy, but God's got this.
Sis, let me just say this. You're not alone. Church folks can be some of the messiest people out here, but that doesn't mean you let them run you off. Remember, you didn't walk into that church for their approval. You walked in for God's healing. Now, here's how you handle this. First, protect your peace. Before you even walk into that building, pray. Ask God to shield you from every side eye, whisper, and fake smile. And when you sit down, hold your head high. Let them know without saying a word that their nonsense isn't breaking you. Second, don't be afraid to address it. If it's affecting your peace, pull one or two of these folks aside and say, "Hey, I've noticed some things being said about me. Can we talk?" 9 times out of 10, they'll fold because gossipers are only bold in groups. Third, find your tribe. Every church has a few spiritually mature people who genuinely want to support you. Ask God to lead you to them. Having the right people in your corner makes all the difference. And sis, do not let social media pull you into the drama. Block, delete, and mute anyone trying to drag you into a Facebook feud. You've got bigger things to focus on, like your glow up.
All right, let me take y'all to church for a second, because this is where the real transformation happens. Sis, you need to understand something right now. Gossip is nothing new. From the moment God put his hand on someone's life, there's always been somebody else trying to tear it down. Let me show you. In Numbers 12, Moses, God's chosen leader, was being gossiped about by his own siblings, Miriam and Aaron. They were talking behind his back about who he married, questioning his authority. And you know what God did? He stepped in. God himself said, "Hold up. Who do you think you are to speak against my servant?" And let me tell you, he didn't play. Miriam ended up with leprosy for her role in that mess. That's how serious God takes it when people try to tear down his anointed. So sis, let me tell you this. When you walk into that church with a heart that's seeking God, you're walking under his protection. People might talk, they might judge, but God's already got your back. He hears every whisper, sees every side eye, and he will handle it. It's not your job to fight that battle, it's his. And let me add this. Gossip isn't just about you. It's a reflection of the brokenness in other people's lives. James 3 verse 6 says, "The tongue is a fire, a world of unrighteousness." Gossip is destructive, and it reveals a heart that hasn't been fully surrendered to God. So when people are out here running their mouths, know that they're showing their wounds, not your flaws. Pray for them because they need healing just like you do.
Whew, Ty, you're preaching now.
Let me keep going because this is important. Romans 8 verse 28 says, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him." Sis, even this mess is working for your good. I know it doesn't feel like it right now, but let me tell you something. Sometimes God uses the drama to develop you. He's teaching you how to keep your focus on him, how to walk in grace, and how to stand tall even when the enemy's throwing everything at you. Think about Jesus. When he was being falsely accused, gossiped about, and betrayed, did he clap back? Nope. He kept his eyes on his mission, and because he stayed faithful, he fulfilled his purpose and changed the world. Sis, that's your blueprint. Let them talk while you keep walking.
And sis, let me just add this. Matthew 5 verse 44 says, "Love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you." That's not just a nice verse to quote. It's a command that sets you free. When you pray for the people who hurt you, you're not excusing their behavior. You're releasing their power over your life. Forgiveness doesn't mean they were right. It means you're choosing to let God handle it so you can keep growing. And let me be real. It's not easy. It's hard to walk into a room full of people who've judged you without even knowing your story. But remember this. Their opinions don't define you. God does. He called you. He loves you. And he has a plan for your life that no amount of gossip can cancel.
Let me close this out with one last thought. Isaiah 54 verse 17 says, "No weapon formed against you shall prosper." Sis, the gossip, the whispers, the dirty looks, those are weapons formed by the enemy, but God already promised they won't succeed. You just have to keep showing up, keep trusting him, and keep walking in purpose. And one more thing, don't let bitterness take a root in your heart. Hebrews 12 verse 15 warns us that bitterness can cause trouble and defile many. When you hold on to the hurt, it doesn't just block your blessings, it spills out into everything around you. Don't let their mess make you miss your miracle. Stay prayed up, stay focused, and stay faithful. You're not just at that church by accident. God put you there for a reason. And when you stay the course, you'll see that he's using even this to prepare you for something greater. So let them talk while you keep walking. God's got the final word. All right, y'all, if you're dealing with something like this, remember this. Gossip is just noise. It doesn't change who you are or what God has called you to do. Let them talk while you keep walking in purpose.
And don't let their words keep you from your blessings. Stay focused on God and watch how He turns it all around. And hey, if you've got a story like this, send it to us. We're here to help, not judge.
And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And next time someone tries to pull you into the gossip pit, just smile and say, God bless you. Because I'm praying real hard not to say something else. Until next time, stay blessed. And stay focused on what matters, your relationship with God. We love y'all. Peace.